Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I set up my CB radio in my 93 Chevrolet Silverado. Let's get into it. So first things first, you have to mount the box somewhere in your vehicle. I chose to do it right under the dash because that's just where it worked best. So it comes with this little bracket right here, and you can screw it onto almost anything. And it's got those, I don't know what they're called, but they're those washers that they latch on when you screw them in. Makes it really helpful. So, that's the first thing you have to do. Now, the second thing you have to do is you have to get power. That was the tricky part. So let me show you how I did that. So how I got my power was, this is my fuse box right here. And I just tapped into my fuse box with a fuse tap. Now, it is, I believe, it's a 20 amp fuse. And I had to order this fuse tap online. I bought one from AutoZone, but it was the wrong one. It was a 15 amp, and I needed a 20 amp. So I ended up having to buy another one. But this red wire that you can see right here is run, oops, let me get that one out of the way, is run back there behind the dash. So let me show you where that's at. So I went right there with it. I don't know if you can see it, but it is right there. And then the other parts of the wire is that red wire you see right there behind the light. And I just ran it all the way back, and I tucked it up under the dash. I don't know if you can see that. I tucked it up under the dash all the way around, and I strapped it to the wiring harness and brought it around over here, and then it went to the back of my radio. Now, this next part, I'd say, is the trickiest part, is getting the antenna hooked up the way you want it. That's the hardest part because of the wiring. So let me show you how I did that. So the antenna wire goes from the back of my CB right there. It goes up under the dash, along with the power wires, runs up above the pedals, and I didn't make it to where I would pinch it, just so you know. Ran it up into that side panel right there, and then I ran it down into the floor. So let me show you the next part. So once I got it down into this panel right here, I took this panel off right here, and there's 3 screws. I just took it off, and then I put the wire in there, but next to a wiring harness that was already there. So I just ran it like that, and then I came up under this weather stripping, and I put the wire all the way up the side of the door. I had to make a little slit in this weather stripping just so the wire would sit flush and it wouldn't be pinched by the door. But then there was another problem. If I ran it straight through here, it was getting pinched by the door. So I had to figure out some way to make it not pinched by the door. So here's how I did that. I just put a little loop in it and stuck it right here. And that works perfectly. It doesn't get pinched by the door or anything. Now the zip tie is meant to keep it from chafing on this piece of metal right here. It's doing a pretty good job so far because it doesn't move up and down very easily. But then it just comes up out of the door and goes to the antenna. Now, with the door closed, it looks like it might be pinching, but it's not. If you look down right there, you can see there's plenty of room for that wire to go to the antenna. So that's basically it. Once you have your power hooked up and you have your antenna hooked up, you can switch on the power. And you can listen for anybody to talk. You can call for a radio check. So let's go ahead and do that. Break 19, can I get a radio check, please? Radio check. Breaker 19, can I get a radio check, please? Radio check. Ten 4, thank you.